Sales tax, a lovely thing that nobody wants to talk about. Now, my intent here is not to open a can of worms. I'm not even going to get into the whole nexus issue. Talk to a qualified accountant, figure out what they recommends and more importantly, what the IRS recommends related to sales tax. I'm not even going to get into it. At a bare minimum, you should be collecting sales tax in your home state. There's an argument out there about nexus in other states. Talk to an accountant and let them figure out what you want to do there. All right, so the way this is set up is, again, there's only two things you can change, and they're in green up at the top. That's the start date and the end date. Now, here in Colorado, we file state sales tax quarterly, so I need to report to the local authorities or the state authorities how much I've sold within the state of Colorado, also within my city as well. Unfortunately, there's a lot of taxes to keep track of. But when it comes to the state, I can see how much was sold in Colorado. And what this does is it shows sales. It nets out any refunds that happened. For this particular quarter, there weren't any. So my net sales in Colorado equal my gross sales. And the sales tax that Amazon collected, you can see here, was $12.50. And then I know how to file the report and remit that to Colorado. You can do the same thing for the other states. And again, it'll show you how much Amazon collected for you. And if you need to collect on your own behalf, you can go back and say, hey, for example, in Illinois, I've sold a net amount of $393 during this particular period, and you can figure out the paperwork and calculate how much you owe. So you can change the date. So if you wanted to do the entire fiscal year of 2016, we do January 1/16 through 12/31 of 16, and it would show you all of your sales at a state level. So it's kind of fun as well. You can see where most of your sales are. Looks like my highest state was Texas, so thank you, all you Texans. Oh, I lied. California, I guess they're reading a lot, contrary to popular opinion. Sorry if you're from California. And you can see where you're not selling many books. It looks like I actually sold a book or two in Alaska, which is pretty cool. And we've got sales in all 50 states, so yippee. Again, it'll show you how much sales tax was collected on your net sales in any of those individual states. And then something fun, if you've set up your account to actually sell internationally, the spreadsheet will tell you how much of your business was outside of the U.S. Now, this is very easy to do if you sell Prime. I forget what it's called offhand. I probably should have looked it up before the video, but I think it's called global shipping settings, and you actually just turn it on and Amazon will make your inventory available to international customers. They'll pay the shipping. If you listed it for $20 and they buy it, it might be $20 for shipping, but that doesn't come out of your profits. The buyer will actually pick up the tab there, and it's a great way to grow your business. You can see in 2016, I sold 4.6% of my entire business outside of the country. So that's a simple click. It doesn't cost me anything extra. If you're not set up for the global export program, maybe that's what it's called. I've got an article on my blog if you want to look it up. If you're not set up to do that, do a couple clicks, possibly grow your business by 4.5%. Send me a Starbucks gift card to say thanks, and we'll all be happy. So very simple sales tax tab, but again, this can be a lifesaver. You don't need to pay some of the other guys like TaxJar, whoever else, to track this for you. You can now track this with your tracking spreadsheet. Now, some of the other companies will help you with some of the filing. That may be well worth paying them to do this, but if you're just paying them to do your tracking, you can drop that payment because we're now tracking it for you. So that's it for sales tax.